Brian. Hear it one more time while people come in. Hi, everyone. See, my hair's growing out already. Not up to here anymore. Look at that. Hi. Okay, enough of that. Yikes. Okay, that was Akash Gandhi. Oh dear. Hi everyone. Hi. Please hit the like. Oh, my eye was finally going away. This eye. I poked my eye. See, look at all the blood vessels in there, all red compared to that one. Poked my eye when I was doing my makeup. Hi, everyone. Well, thanks, Rapper. Where's your wrench? I gave you a wrench. I look young again. You're really funny. I gave you a wrench, and I don't see it on you. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take care of it. Hi, everyone. I'm going to go into studio. Do not time or block anyone, please. And oops, I'll just go ahead and play the next Akash Gandhi. This is Invincible. We just heard Stealth, like a stealth airplane or whatever the heck. Oh, bizarre. Never heard this one. Do, 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 do. Golly, that took forever. Hi, everyone. Turn that off. All right, I feel like I'm at the movies. Good Lord. Hi, everyone. Hi, Ryan, Mary Jane, Daniel Berry Sports, Rapper, Donna, Joan, Carol, Ashley, Medusa, Nature Sounds. Speaking of Ashley, I got some bad news about my sister. Her name is Ashley. And she's in the hospital. So I still haven't spoken to her. I even said I was going to call her and everything, and didn't get it done like a month ago. So she's in the hospital. They think maybe she has what's called a kind of breast cancer called luminal, Luminul, I think. It's metastasized maybe into her stomach. So it's quite serious. It's very upsetting. I talked to my mother today, and she was waiting, you guys, for God to heal her. And then she told my mother that last night she felt she had cancer. So she's been bleeding or something for months. And she called the paramedics at midnight for my my sister to do that. Is profound. So she's in there. Yeah, thanks. Her name's Ashley, Ashley, just like Ashley's World. Golly. All right. Hi, everyone. Hi, Creatively Inspired by Denise. Hi, everyone. Yeah. Hi, 911 operator. Hi. Hi, Julie. I saw who you said you were, I think in Rebels or whatever. Thank you. Yeah, she could use prayers. She's 60. She's 1 year younger than me. Well, we're 51 weeks apart. Her birthday's June 20, mine's June 27, but I'm a year older. So we're 51 weeks apart instead of 52. Drinking Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Yeah, so anyway, she was having all kinds of testing done today, you guys. PET scans, CAT scans, what my mom said, MRIs. So I'm sure tomorrow they'll know a little more of what's going on. She's relieved she's in the hospital. I asked my mom like if she was crying and stuff, and I guess she's not. She has a real strong faith. There's nothing wrong with having faith and religion and being a Christian or believing in whatever you want to believe in, I feel, right? Our creator. But she put off the doctor's requests to get into the hospital at least 2 months now. I just hope she didn't wait too long. So, yeah. All right. Anyway, thank you. Thanks, you guys. Try to be happy through it. I'd be really scared if I was her. Oh my gosh, I just found my bookmark. This is one I got way back in Florida. See it? Look how old it is. And the back part's gone. It's got a little magnet thing. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is 30 years old. Weird. Okay, so all right, the principle of thought. Thanks everyone for your prayers. Thank you. Hi, 3 Dot. Hit that MF like. Hi. Yeah, I got sad news about my sister today from my mother, 3 Dot. She's in the hospital. Back problems bad, says Joan. That's what you have? I've tried stretching it, other things, it won't help. Heating pad. I've had such bad pain, I've been crawling on all fours out of my bed, which is a mattress on the floor. I gave my bed to my daughter. Oh, you heard a bit? Yeah. Thanks, 3 Dot. So I'm going to read the principle of thought. I don't do a whole ton of reading. I want to read a little bit about chemical imbalance, and then I'll have an open panel if you either want to come back, 3 Dot, or if you're willing to hang around that long. Hi, Arco Show. Thank you. Thanks, you guys. The principle of thought. This is from the book, You Can Be Happy No Matter What. 5 Principles for Keeping Life in Perspective. And it's by Richard Carlson, PhD, who wrote Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. Oh, anyway, could somebody put the copyright disclaimer or whatever for me in chat? Be really nice. Thank you. The principle of thought. All that you achieve and all that you fail to achieve is the direct result of your own thoughts. That's by a James Allen, whoever that is. Human beings are thinking creatures. Every moment of every day, our minds are working to make sense of what we see and experience. While this may seem obvious, it is one of the least understood principles in our psychological makeup. Yet understanding the nature of thought is the foundation to living a fully functional and happy life. Thinking is an ability, a function of human consciousness. No one knows exactly where thought comes from, but it can be said that thought comes from the same place as whatever it is that beats our heart. It comes from being alive. As is true with other human functions, thinking goes on whether we want it to or not. In this sense, thought is an impersonal element of our existence. So, that makes sense. I could literally keep thinking on and on. Oh my God, my sister's going to pass real soon or whatever. And maybe it's a bunch of cysts. Oh, that's the other thing. They said one doctor thinks it might be a bunch of cysts all over in her belly area. But like I said to my mom, if any of them are cancerous, that's not good. But see, that's my brain. I need to think positive. I need to think okay. When things get mastatized, it scares me pretty good. Hi, Viper. Who's deleting messages? Thank you, Lisa S. Thank you. Hi, Artsy. All I see is, yeah, he is. I deleted the message. Rapper, stop timing out people. Viper, I didn't time anyone out. Hey, you guys, just don't, just don't time out. Don't block. Please. That's all. And if it's out of control, do the big stop signs. Oh, hi. Hi. You guys want to say hi to Rain? Here's Rain. Look how pretty she is. Wait, they're all girls. See? Black with golden specks. Look at that. All over from her daddy. Are you tired? Are you tired? Okay, now what? Oh, goodness gracious. You want to lay right there, don't you? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, the relationship between thought and feeling. Every negative and positive feeling is a direct result of thought. It is impossible to have jealous feelings without first having jealous thoughts, to have sad feelings without first having sad thoughts, to feel angry without having angry thoughts. And it's impossible to be depressed without having depressing thoughts. Oh, her whole body's over the camera. You come here, you little Dickens. Okay, so that makes sense. Before you have your feelings, you have the thoughts of anything, good or bad. Okay. This seems obvious, but if it were better understood, we would all be happier and live in a happier world. Virtually all the clients I have worked with over the years have begun their sessions like this. Client, I feel depressed today. Richard Carlson, he said, the doctor, the therapist guy, he says, did you recognize that you were having depressing thoughts? Client, I didn't have negative or depressing thoughts. I just feel depressed. It took some time before I recognized the problem in our communication. We have all been taught that thinking means sitting down to ponder, to put in time and effort, as if we were doing a math problem. According to this idea of thinking, a person who wouldn't dream of spending 6 hours obsessing about a single angry thought could nevertheless feel quite normal thinking 15 or 20 angry thoughts for 30 seconds at a time. Thinking about something can occur over several days or within a passing second. We tend to dismiss the latter as unimportant, if we recognize it at all, but this is not so. Feelings follow and respond to a thought regardless of how much time the thought takes. For example, if you think even in passing, my brother got more attention than I did, I never did like him, the fact that you now feel resentful towards your brother is not merely a coincidence. If you have the thought, my boss doesn't appreciate me, I never get the recognition I deserve, the fact that you now feel bad about your job came about as soon as that thought came to mind. It all takes place in an instant. The time it takes to feel the effects of your thinking is the same amount of time it takes to see the light after turning on the switch. The ill effects of thought come about when we forget that thought is a function of our consciousness, an ability that we as human beings have. We are the producers of our own thinking. Thought is not something that happens to us, but something that we do. It comes from inside of us, not from the outside. What we think determines what we see, even though it often seems the other way around. What we think determines what we see, even though it often seems the other way around. Consider a professional athlete who lets his team down by making a critical error in the last championship game before his retirement. For years after retiring from the sport, he dwells on his error for a moment here and a moment there. When people ask, why are you depressed so much of the time? He responds by saying, what a fool I was to make such a mistake. How else do you expect me to feel? This person doesn't see himself as the thinker of his own thoughts, nor does he see his thinking as the cause of his suffering. If you suggested to him that it was his thinking that was depressing him, he would, in all honesty, say, no, it isn't. The reason I'm depressed is that I made the mistake, not that I'm thinking about it. In fact, I seldom think about it anymore. I'm simply upset at the facts. We could substitute any example for our ex-athlete's error, a past relationship, a current one on the rocks, a financial blunder, harsh words we said to hurt someone, criticism leveled at ourselves, the fact that our parents were less than perfect, that we chose the wrong career or mate or whatever. It is all the same. It's our thinking, not our circumstances, that determines how we feel. We forget moment to moment that we are in charge of our thinking, that we are the ones doing the thinking. So it often appears as though our circumstances are dictating our feelings and experience of life. Consequently, it seems to make sense to blame our unhappiness on our circumstances, which makes us feel powerless over our lives. We are the thinkers of our own thoughts, unlike other functions or abilities that we have as human beings. Viper, you're telling me to stop. What's going on? How am I a troll? You both have wrenches. Look, if you guys are having issues with each other at all, okay, at all, please hit the 3 dots and just ignore each other. Okay, Rapper's fine. Viper, I think Rapper's fine. I think. I mean, hi, Tattooed Rebel. Hi. Hi, everyone. Amber Lynn. Hello. Amber Lynn. My daughter's name is Shaylyn, but it's spelled Shaelyne. I named her after that Canadian skater, Shaylyn Borg, back in the 80s. I thought, oh, I just love that name. Anyway, hi, everyone. Rain is very, very friendly, and so is Tulip. Very likes to hang around. I clipped all of their little toenails yesterday, mostly the front ones. They were getting kind of long, extremely pointy, very sharp, and they were digging little scratch marks into the tops of my legs. I have about 5 little pokes on one leg from its bottom feet while I'm trying to do the top. And they would look up at me like, why are you restraining me? Yeah, but I didn't get the wick or whatever, thank God, because once you screw up, then it's really hard, you know what I mean? But it needed to be done, and they're a good, going on 7 months now, or 6.5. They were, let me think, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7.5 months? I thought they were 6.5. Anyway, and then Sunshine. Sunshine is a really intense player. I bought a new toy thing with feathers, you know, a whole bunch of feathers that attach. And I attached both of them because they send you an extra in case that one gets ripped off. And boy, they're all girls. She just loves to leap in the air and flip and play with it and run, like she's after it practically before the other ones. So I got 2 so I can play with them at the same time. Yeah, I forgot all about the clips, but that's probably because I can't see it clear over here. My eyeshadow is a greenish, see? It's a dark green. Okay, we are the thinkers of our own thoughts. Unlike other functions or abilities that we have as human beings, it's hard to remember that we are the thinkers of our own thoughts. It's easy to remember that our voices are the product of our ability to speak. It would be virtually impossible to startle ourselves with our own function of speech because we are so aware that we are the ones creating the noise. Okay, I never thought of that. Did you guys? Getting startled by your own voice? Unless you're asleep. Who in chat has ever been sound asleep? I'm sure at least one of you. And you're waking up like yelling, gasping, not gasping. You're yelling. You're going, ah, ah. That happened to me 2 times ever. I can't remember what on earth I was thinking about or dreaming, but my voice woke me up from a dead sleep. Now, thank God, I don't really have hardly ever any bad dreams anymore. I remember, though, when I was with my daughter's dad for those 8 years, I had a lot of dreams that he like left me, that he was like, not the details of cheating on me, but wanting to stray. And it sucked because I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, all right, I guess everything's okay. Anyway, yeah, thank you, Lisa S., for putting Tattooed's link in here. Fedora the Explorer. Hello, new names. Hi, Froggies. Hi, everyone. Are you guys hitting the like? Are you guys hitting the like for me? Hi, Tupac's wife. Oh, 75% coverage in Ohio. You're in Ohio? Well, you know, it's, I can't remember now if I said it or I wrote it in Messenger to someone, but these earthquakes that are happening on the East Coast when we're supposed to like get bad ones on the West, right? You know what I mean? And I'm 30 minutes from a volcano, Mount Baker. I went ahead and wore this t-shirt. See? It's got my town on it, and I don't care. Bellingham Fitness. That's where I went when I was 50, and I did Zumba and spin core, things like that. We got a really cool like black tin with green writing water bottle. I still have it. And I did that for a year. Okay. Where am I now? Oh, it would be virtually impossible to startle ourselves with our own function of speech because we're so aware that we are the ones creating the noise. We could scream and yell and rant and rage, but we still wouldn't be frightened by the sound of our own voice, unless you're asleep, right? The same could be said about our ability to ingest and digest food. Okay, I read this book, you guys, but 11 years ago. I just don't remember hardly any of it. And I read it 11 years ago because I got it when I turned 50. See? For Megan on her birthday, her 50th. The best gift is your happiness. All my love, Mom. And my birthday. See, that's proof right there. I have a close relationship with my mom. Even though we don't live close, she sends me books like every year. I think she stopped around the age of maybe 78 or something like that. But she always was sending books. I have a lot of books, and I take time to read them. Now where am I? Okay. Okay. The same could be said, okay, I just read this. The same could be said about our ability to ingest and digest food. You wouldn't eat something and then wonder why you had a certain taste in your mouth. You are always aware that you are the one who put the food in your mouth. But thinking is different. William James, the father of American psychology, once said, thinking is the grand originator of our experience. Every experience and perception in life is based on thought, because thinking precedes everything and goes on so automatically. It's more basic and closer to home than any other function we have. We have innocently learned to interpret our thoughts as if they were reality. But thought is merely an ability that we have. We are the ones who produce those thoughts. It's easy to believe that because we think something, the object of our thinking, the content, represents reality. When we realize that thinking is an ability rather than a reality, We can dismiss any negative thoughts that pass through. As we do so, a positive feeling of happiness begins to emerge. If we harbor negative thoughts, pay too much attention to, or dwell on them, we will lose the positive feeling and feel the effects of the negativity. Okay. I am going to read this page to my son later on. Now, I don't know if it'll make much of a difference, you know what I mean? But here is a typical example of how thought can be misunderstood and how this lack of understanding affects us, the thinker. Let us pretend that you accidentally spill a glass of water on the floor of a restaurant and look up to see that a man 2 tables over has flashed what you believe to be a disapproving look. You respond with anger. What's the matter with that guy, you think? Hasn't he ever dropped anything? What a jerk. Your thoughts about the circumstance make you frustrated and end up ruining your afternoon. Every few minutes you remember the incident, and as you think about it, you become angry. But the truth of the matter is that person didn't even see you drop the water. He was in his own world, reacting to his own thoughts about an error he had made at work earlier that day. He couldn't have cared less about you. In fact, he didn't even know that you existed. Unfortunately, all of us have experienced this kind of situation many times. We forget that we are only thinking. We fill our heads in false information, which we then interpret as reality instead of thought. If only we could remember that we are the thinker. If we really could understand that as we think about something, we feel the effects of our thoughts. During this episode at the restaurant, we might have been able to recognize that it was our own thoughts, not another person upsetting us. To understand the principle of thought, there's 5 principles, and this is the first one. In being happy or helping yourself be happy. How it applies throughout the human experience is a valuable gift. This is a valuable gift to learn this. We need not constantly be in conflict with our environment and with those around us. We can maintain a positive feeling of happiness because we no longer feel compelled to seriously follow every train of thought that comes into our heads. You may have no control whatsoever over what another person does, but you can be immune to the adverse effects of your thinking about him. Once you understand that you think thoughts, not reality, your thoughts, not your circumstances, determine how you feel. An absence of negative thought brings forth a positive feeling. Okay, just a little bit more, and then I'm done with this book. If you don't understand this principle, it may seem as though thinking is determined by what the outside world is doing. But it's actually the other way around. Our thinking shapes our experience of life. The way we think about something, and most important, the way we relate to our thinking, will determine its effect on us. The outside circumstance itself is... Oh my gosh, I didn't see the T. I almost said neural. It's neutral, but I didn't see the T. Only thought brings meaning to a circumstance. This is why the same circumstance can and will mean entirely different things to different people. In our restaurant example, had you dismissed your negative thoughts, the incident wouldn't have mattered to you. In a healthy relationship to your thinking, you would have your thoughts, but you wouldn't run with them and allow them to upset you. Wow. Go put this here and... Okay, so I don't know if 3 Dots still in here, but he likes to hop up on panel right away and get to it type deal. And he's probably having negative thoughts like, oh my God, how long is this reading going to go on? Yeah, that was fun. I guess I could say it. I'm the head, what is it? I have the most points, whatever, so far. But in this game, you can go to first place, right down to 4th, right up to 2nd. Do you know what I mean? It's all over the place. So you can't You can't feel too sure of yourself. You know what I mean? Hi, SWC. Thanks, you guys. Are you guys hitting the like for me? Hi, Leanie. Hi there. All right. Oh, ashes from Mount St. Helens landed on your porch in Virginia. See how incredible that is? You can imagine all the ash in like Seattle and Spokane and all those little towns. I mean, it was intense. I look familiar to you? In what way? Do you guys like my hair like this with no bangs? I didn't really like the bangs. This is a little more grown up. You know, Fedora the Explorer. Hi, Chicken Snake. Oh, is it? I've never been snowboarding. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I could balance a little bit down a small hill, but I mean, I don't know. I've never been, though. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for coming in, you guys. I didn't see anyone else live. I was going to go a little bit earlier, but Morbid was live, so I hopped over to say hi. Yeah. What is that? Oh, thank you. Although these are good words, they may not be accurate in the medical world anymore. If you got the book when you were 50, that's over. Well, I mean, I think it makes sense because, like, even right now, Chicken Snake, I got news today that my sister's in the hospital. She might have a breast cancer called luminal. The way my mother said it sounded like luminol, right? Which is what they use to find blood in crime scenes. So anyway, but I believe it's luminol, UL. I'm going to look it up later, and it might have metastasized to her belly, which is darn serious. And my mom was a nurse for years, or is a nurse, or whatever. And she said she's very sick. Those were her words. I could tell my mom's worried. And she was told 2.5 or even 3 months ago to get into the hospital and get some testing done. And she didn't want to. She wanted to wait and see what God said to her. Which, I mean, and I guess he told her she had cancer last night. So I don't know. So it could be a bunch of cysts on her abdomen. They're doing a ton of testing today. So I'm going to call tomorrow because it's 11:30 at night over there now. Her husband's with her. She's all the way in Missouri, just having testing done. But yeah. So anyway, as far as like what I'm reading, and I'm not trying to argue with you, Chicken Snake. I mean, you're right. Things change so much, but my brain could just go, oh my gosh, right? Why didn't I call her all these years? Why were you I was trying to keep the peace between us, but I still needed to call her, and I will. We'll have a nice discussion tomorrow if she's not busy. But if I think the worst outcome right now, I'm going to get downright depressed. Already cried this afternoon. My daughter's so sweet. She goes, "You look like you need a hug." She gave me a hug. She's an empath like me, I think. But yeah, hi, Mary Jane. Hi, everyone. Oh, yeah. Oh, do I look like Sharon Osbourne? How's her husband doing? Doesn't he have cancer, or is it Parkinson's? I can't even remember. Like, he's got health issues going on too. All right, what is a chemical imbalance? This is from the book Pebbles in the Pond, Living with Chronic Neurobiological Disorders, written by Larry S. Baker and Karen Landwer, an MC and an MD. Yesterday I covered serotonin, acetylcholine, norepinephrine, and dopamine. Too much dopamine literally causes, no, they said that not all people, they did stress this. If you have a lot of dopamine, doesn't mean for sure you're going to get schizophrenia, but a lot of people that have schizophrenia have excessive dopamine. And then, as most of us know, lack of serotonin in the brain can cause depression and other affective disorders, seasonal affective disorder, SAD. My mother deals with that. But yeah, GABA is important. Anyway, so I covered that yesterday, read about all those. And I'm doing this, you guys, because there's people out there. The stigma of mental illness is that it's in people's heads, or it's in some people's heads, right? That there isn't necessarily a chemical imbalance. And there certainly can be. And it can be environmental issues and trauma from the past, right? Causing anxiety issues and all kinds of things. But the brain can get sick too. So I'm trying to enlighten and teach, in a way, some of the people out there that think parents are just trying to label their kids so that they have to stay home or something. You know, he doesn't want to. I mean, he went and hung out with his friends he hadn't seen in years and played drums. He called me 3 different times, which I didn't expect him to call me at all. I think he just sort of wanted me to know he's doing okay, but he was having some really bad anxiety. Thought he was almost going to have a panic attack. And I told him, I said, just when he's busy, he does better, right? If you're coloring or playing the drums or going for a hike, he used to physically do a lot more, you know, but then his friend got a job and now it's, I don't know. Well, through the winter, it's maybe twice a month. But it was quite warm here today. All of us had a fan going in our room. That's why I'm dressed like this too. I mean, it was warm. All right, what is a chemical imbalance? Many people refer to the major mental illnesses as having a chemical imbalance in the brain. Although this doesn't answer the question of cause, it certainly describes the effect of whatever it is that does cause these illnesses. It would be nice if the brain had a steady amount of each neurotransmitter present, but unfortunately that is not the case. As neurons use neurotransmitters to pass messages along to other neurons, their supply of the specific neurotransmitter decreases or is used up, and a new supply has to be made. Sometimes this happens slowly and sometimes rapidly. Sometimes the neuron can't make enough of the neurotransmitter to keep up with the demand for it. At other times, the neuron may manufacture the neurotransmitter too quickly, resulting in an excess of it. In addition to such manufacturing problems, some neurons may have fewer or more receptor sites available to receive a particular type of neurotransmitter, which means that the amount of neurotransmitter left in this synapse to be recycled is higher or lower than is needed for the neurons to communicate optimally. However it may occur, individuals who have a neurotransmitter that is not balanced experience difficulty in the areas of functioning that are associated with that particular neurotransmitter. The type and severity. I sprayed Goo Gone, you guys, and for years there was some stickers on there, and I had to spray the Goo Gone, right, on the windows, but you have to let it sit and soak up. So when I've tried in the past, I couldn't get it off. I read the directions thinking, there really aren't any, but there were. And I took a butter knife and I scraped for half an hour. It took me to get 3 stickers off. But they're off, and then I Windexed everything down. I cleaned my son's windows, my daughter's, the deck windows. I just start getting into the cleaning thing. But I'm smelling residual Goo Gone. It's making my nose itch. All right, I might have to crack the window here in a minute. Okay, the type and severity of symptoms experienced is related to whether there is an excess or deficit of the neurotransmitter. When what we refer to as a chemical imbalance occurs, it simply means that there is either an excess, too much, or a deficit, not enough, of one or more major neurotransmitters available for transmission of messages between neurons. The symptoms produced by such a state depend on which neurotransmitters is lacking or in overabundance. Too little or too much of a neurotransmitter results in the over or under expression of those functioning abilities it controls. Thanks, Artsy. Thank you. You're not giving anyone bad vibes, Fedora. We're all equal. Hi, Angie. Well, I can't just go see her right now. She's having testing done, and her husband's with her, and she's all the way in Missouri, which is clear across the United States. And I don't have any money. I don't. I mean, I'm getting a trust fund in 3 months, but I just got this one. Now, if she takes a turn for the worse, right? I will. I will be on a plane, and I will be there to try to comfort her in whatever way I can. We've always been really close, but ever since the C disease and her beliefs on whatever, vaccinations and everything differ from me to the extreme where, like, we can differ in our opinions, right? But you don't have to push it. Well, no, you can't get the shot because this kind of thing, you know what I mean? So, I did. And I don't believe she did. And granted, she's down south, and that's a Republican state, and I'm in Washington state, and it's Democrat, but I've always been a Democrat. So yeah. So I'll do what I can when the time is right. Hi, MS0426. Hi, everyone. Hi, Rose Petal. Is protein supplementation, says 3 Dot. Hi, everyone. No, I'm not here pushing meds or anything. I'm saying, Chicken Snake, if you're still in here, that it's not necessarily just like in the brain where people are saying, or not in the brain, where people are just saying they have an anxiety disorder, because they very well can have anxiety or an anxiety disorder. I get anxiety. but I don't think I have a disorder. I'm not, I guess it's a disorder when it affects your life and your life experiences. That's what I've read. Hi, DD743. Hi, everyone. Oh, that's so funny. You had to take your dog out. He's a big baby pit bull. He won't go outside without me. You're funny. They wouldn't give my son that. They said it's too addicting. The doctor's here. Some people can get it, some can't. You know? All right. Dopamine is the see what I mean? I'm gonna have to crack the window. Maybe I'm allergic to that goo gone. Oh my gosh. Good grief. Oh, excuse me. God, I hope I'm not getting sick. I don't think I am. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter associated with drive and ability to initiate activity. If there is too much dopamine, an individual may seem to be overly involved in activities or may be overly focused on a goal. On the other hand, if there is a deficit of dopamine available for a synapse, as is the case, oh, it's a deficit of dopamine? I thought it was too much dopamine. Well, anyway, it says here it's a deficit of dopamine available for a synapse, as is the case in schizophrenia. The individual instead may seem lethargic and unable to start projects. Even this is a simplified way at looking at the chemical imbalance of the brain. However, because the neurotransmitters do not act alone, instead they combine with other neurotransmitters to enable functions that are related. For example, if there is too little dopamine available, not only might the individual find it difficult to plan for the future, he might also lack the motivation to initiate steps to follow through on plans, because dopamine and norepinephrine combine to produce motivation. I'm going to have to blow my nose when I'm done reading this. The dopamine deficit will also have an effect on those functions that rely on both dopamine and serotonin, as well as those which require the interaction of all three neurotransmitters. I gotta blow my nose now. Oh, Sunshine, I didn't know. Whoops, you were in here. Here's Sunshine. Here's Sunshine. Oh, you little stinker. She looks like a raccoon with the black right here. Now, where's Tulip? Here, Tulip. No, come here. Come here. Oh, good grief. They just went out. Do you want to go out too? Play on the kitty tree? All right. I have a video I should play that fits. Guinea pigs. Yes, I have one. He's going to have some red cabbage for lunch, but he can't have too much or he'll get gas. You want to see the guinea pigs? I only have one. I gave him a haircut, and I mean, I cut this much hair off with the scissors. I didn't do the buzzing, what is it called? Beard trimmer. But he sat in my lap. Oh, dopamine is used up constantly with stress and happy. Oh, you guys are funny. Oh, you were addicted to that? Oh, now I'm catching a chill from that band. Isn't this a pretty ring? My mom got me this for Christmas. It's kind of big, so look, I put 2 Band-Aids there so I can keep it on. Oh, yeah, we have Benadryl. That can be good for anxiety, you guys. Ooh, golly. All right, let me finish this here. Again, this is a simplified explanation of the chemical process at play in the brain. Oh, I just blew my nose. Besides dopamine, serotonin. Oh, I forgot to do my thingamajigger. If anybody wants to help me and be wonderful, I'm not grifting, but I'm just going to say this, you guys. I had this big red thing, and it said that I needed to update my card, right, to pay my $25 a month for my Streamyard so I can have unlimited. And I put it in, updated it, and it didn't work. So then I hit the thing where it said to go to read about it or whatever. And it said if you have insufficient funds, which I do. I have like 7 in there or something. So, I mean, in all honesty, I'm not going to have 25 in there to have my unlimited Streamyard. The free plan is 20 hours a month, which I go through pretty fast. If I do a live for 5 hours and then, you know what I mean, that's just 4 shows. But I tried to switch it over to the basic plan, which Leanie, you were talking about on your program the other night. And guess what it said to me? It said, I will lose 19 videos, audio and video. 19. And I'm thinking, I mean, what? On my regular thing that people can't watch? 19 videos just to switch over. Plus, I'll lose my overlay. What, they're just going to take it from me? It was weird. And something else, and now I can't remember. Yeah. Like, and they must do that so that people won't just go back, right, and get the free 20 hours. I was shocked. Literally, I'm still shocked. I just read it before the show. So I'm not grifting. Well, yeah, I guess I am. We might as well be honest about it. If anyone has a spare 25, I can get it done. Yeah, all about the money. That's right, Tootie. Yeah. So I wasn't even sure if I could go live tonight, right? Because I'm like, okay. Because they said you want to keep your Streamyard going, update your card, right? So I punched in the bank number thing, and I have like 7 in it. So I don't have enough to cover. So there is a possibility, unless someone sends me on my Cash App or PayPal, it's 20, but then it's 5 for the gosh darn tax. It's exactly 25. That's what I paid last month and the month before. The first month I did the free hours, which I think you might be doing, Lainey. I'm not really. No, you're not. You're paying $50 for something. That's right. The second month, I got the free plan, but the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, I've been paying. And yeah, and it looks like you have to pay monthly. Like you can't pay like 2 months worth of 25 when you have the money, right? Now, I even wrote on the calendar, you guys, I think it is the 9th. Today's the 9th. It was the 9th of March. But I forgot to put it on the gosh darn April. So I plumb forgot, or I would have made sure from my trust fund I had saved $25. I would have bought probably wouldn't have gotten the 2 cat toys, you know. But anyway, so that's the way it goes with that. Yeah, I'm not monetized. I don't get super chats, but grifting is grifting, so it's whatever. Look at this. Here's Marissa being all nasty. She was in yesterday. All I did was remove her nasty comment, but I just banned her. Hi, Truth Seeker. You pay 25, Truth Seeker? I just banned her from my chat. I mean, that's the second time she's been rude to me, you know? People don't understand. When my son was younger and he was a teen, he was a lot more normal feeling and able to be in society and all that. He used to skateboard and drink like everyone else and smoke, you know what. Now he doesn't touch either of them. Everything bothers him, you know. Which last one, 3 dot? Let me. Truth Seeker, good to see ya. You are providing. Oh, thanks, Mary Jane. Well, the thing is, I mean, if someone can't afford 25, maybe 5, maybe 15, or even 10, 2 10s and a 5 would cover it. It would. But, what? I don't, how on earth? And if it is 10, is it unlimited? I need unlimited. I was really pretty pissed when oh, this is your grandma's birthstone color? Is it amethyst? Is this an amethyst? I'll tell you, this gold looks like the real deal. Look at that. It's thick. See how nice that is? Look at that nice cut. Exercise increases dopamine. Yes, and serotonin too. All right. So anyway, Peridot. Who's Peridot? Who's Talk to Rebel. He said he pays 10. For unlimited? That's your birthstone too? You know what mine is? Okay, when I was younger, on some calendar or something, it said diamond for June. But then all these years later, it says pearl. It says my stone is pearl. Oh, thank you. Wait, you're sending me a message in here? All right. Okay, let me read. I'm almost done. Not only that, but all forms of any particular type of neurotransmitter may not be present in all parts of the brain. Also, one lobe or even another area of the same lobe of the brain may have a deficit of a neurotransmitter, while at the same time There is an excess of that neurotransmitter elsewhere. Interesting. So we know on the right side, because I remember this, behind the ear is the limbic, or I mean the, shoot, is it the lobe? What is it? Is it? It's the, okay, the parietal lobe is up here, back here. Because here's the picture. Okay, that's the parietal. And then the temporal, it's the temporal lobe, is on the right side behind the ear, but it looks like it's in front of the ear and all over. I've read it's behind the ear, but they're making it look like it's all of this. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe that was a mistake. And then we've got the occipital lobe, which I didn't know, you guys. That's the part way in the back of the brain. Look at that. For eyesight. That's the part of the brain that we see with, the part that's farthest back. Isn't that interesting? So there's 3 parts of the brain. Now, of course, there's the frontal cortex, where if you have an injury to that part or whatever, you could get, you know, the obsessive compulsive disorder, the extra in the basal ganglia could shoot off extra hormone. Very real stuff. And like I shared, my son was running through Rite Aid ahead of us, just real little, and they should have had a cushion around the corner of the empty display, and they didn't. And he, boop, you know, he didn't bleed though, you guys. It was weird. There was a literal hole. But, you know, his dad and I were mortified. And he healed, you know, and I don't even know. He must have a scar, but you can't even see it. But it made a hole, like a whatever, like a screwdriver might do you or something. All right, so all right, I'm going to show this again really quick. This is all, see, serotonin promotes sleep, mood regulation, pain recognition, impulse control, also sex, appetite, aggression, mood, emotion, cognitive functions, and anxiety, irritability. Norepinephrine is needed for your energy, interest, memory, alertness, and motivation, and mood, emotion, cognitive functions. And dopamine, your drive, like go get it drive, not driving a car, decision making, fine muscle coordination, and logic and reasoning. So, okay, this, I gotta read this. Don't forget that symptoms arise not only because a neurotransmitter is not balanced, but also because of the effect that a neurotransmitter has on the other transmitters. Okay, I didn't know that, or I forgot that. Huh. Okay, so we got acetylcholine, serotonin, GABA, dopamine, norepinephrine, and your endorphins. Okay, that's enough of this reading today. Is Three Dots still in the chat? Maybe he'd like to come up. He likes to come up on panels. Hi, Brianna, Monin, Fibre, Unicorn Baller, B-Ball Lady. Wow. Yeah, I mean, everyone I see gets a super chat or a Cash App or PayPal. Everyone. I'm not even going to say names. Every single person. So I'm putting content out. The only difference is I say what I need it for. I'm almost more transparent and more honest than most. I don't have a wish list. I was told by numerous people to do a wish list, even around Christmas. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. You know, we got by just fine. We're fine. The kids are older now. They don't need a ton of gifts, you know, and I don't need a ton of gifts. And, you know, okay, so, we'll see if Three Dots in here. Ugh. It's doing its stupid freezing again. All right, now I gotta hold on. I guess I didn't hit the thing hard enough or whatever. I'm gonna do the ticker. Oops, and remove that. And wait for it to hop in again. Okay. Thank you, you guys, for letting me do the blocking and the whatchamacallit, timing out and whatever needs to be done. I'm good, Brianna. I'm good. Check, Tina. What am I checking? Am I checking the Tina with a rose? I already took care of that situation, if that's what you're talking about. All right, let me see. Wow, it worked. I cannot believe it worked the second time. Is Three Dots still in here? We play the same sport. What sport is that, Ryan? Now I have to go to the bathroom. Three Dot probably dipped. It's been over an hour. I gotta run to the bathroom. I just drank this entire Baja. Oh, basketball. Nice. So while I go, I'm going to put another Akash Gandhi on, which this one is called Introspective Taal. Taal. Let's see. I like it. Okay, you guys, I'll be right back. Hey, you guys. I'm going to give the other cat some dry really quick. I'll be right back. I'm feeding the kittens and the mama some dry. Oh. Oops. Isn't that groovy? Hi, everyone. Uh-oh, what's going on? We got walrus, unicorn. We got all these names in here. Did somebody do a clone of who? I try not to mention his name because he asked me not to. Playing a game? Oh, you're playing a game. Okay. That's fun. Wasn't that music kind of cool with the sound or whatever? Wasn't that kind of cool? There. I could do a barrette right here. There's things I can do. Tina, it's a game. I love that music. Yeah, I really like Akash Gandhi. I chose all of them that are free on the thing. Oh, Animals A to Z. Fun. And I'll pick a different artist after this one. Okay, so what's his face dipped? What's his face dipped? So, hi, Piper. Hi. Thank you for asking for me to have my wrench back at Morbid's. I strolled up and saw that. I'm cold. Now I gotta turn this off. Yeah, so yeah, so I don't know, like it's been an hour and a half. I could for a half hour have someone up on panel. Leanie, you like to do panels. Anyone want to come up? Or is this not the oh, thanks, Piper. Thank you. I can just end the show too and take off plus open panel. I think I'll do that. I gotta go live. Someone is a rat and I'm a hunt them on panel. Bye, Tina. Look at this. Okay, Viper, thanks for coming in. Thank you. All right, well, I'm going to shut down the live, you guys. It's not a big deal. Now I'm getting a small headache from sneezing earlier. I hope I'm not sick. And I'll just take the open panel off the thing. But we covered a lot, you know, covered a lot. And, oh, I'm just so glad I found a way to wear my hair. All right. I will see you all later. Thank you for coming to PCT is Extreme. Please hit the like, you guys. Please sub to me if you will. I'm just going to whine about it. For like the last 4 or 5 days, I barely have had maybe just 2 extra subs. So if anyone's new and they're willing to sub to me, please do. I'm trying to get to 2,700. I'm 2,656, I think. Maybe 57. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I'm really glad you're all here. I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's fun. And if anyone wants to help me with this StreamYard thing, my Cash App and PayPal is down there. It's, what is it? Cash App, Papercut Tina, or PayPal, Dakota Dame 0627, which I like that because I was born in South Dakota. Thank you for all the prayers for my sister, Ashley. I would just be petrified if I was her. Just petrified. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Love you.